What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shree Bad. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I just finished work at one job and I am about to go to another, so I'm kind of waiting on the bus. This might get cut short. But there's something that I want to try to talk as quickly about as possible, and we might have a little bit of this conversation on the bus. Navigating through these YouTube streets this week has been a lot of talk about people's sexual orientation or their gender. And I mean, it's been going on for a while, right? Talking about people's sexual orientation or gender as a weapon to use to hurt them. And, you know, let me explain how that works for me, because I can only speak for me, right? Now, if there are people in this world that can put their legs up in the air real high, and I don't see no male imprints, you know, let's call it that, then I might roast your ass and call you gay or call you a feminine, right? I will do that. Okay? If you have the nerve to call women emotional, but you are more emotional than any man, woman, or child, if there is an emotional animal on the planet, let's include that, then I might roast you and call you gay or real feminine. Okay? And let's just put this out the way too. If you are an adult who likes to have sex with children, you are evil and you can kick rocks. If you are an adult that likes to rape women or men, you are evil as a human being. Okay? We'll keep it there. Now, sorry, y'all gonna get black for a little bit. Ugh. I gotta get myself situated. So bear with me for a second. Excuse me. Alrighty. Here we go. And now we ready. So now you can look at my knee all day. So yeah, you evil. And you can kick rocks if you like to force yourself upon children, force yourself upon adults. I don't care what sexual orientation you are. I really don't care. So let's go back with me, right? I told y'all in my last video one aspect of how I grew up in the streets of Brooklyn, New York. As you all know, I was raised in a Caribbean household, in a Caribbean village. And back when I was growing up, not only was homosexuality considered evil, but so was fellatio or cunnilingus or anything having to do with your ass was pretty evil, right? When I was growing up as a child, it was all evil. And it didn't matter if you were a child or an adult. You were judged based on doing those things. Now, you know, in society it's mad different. Everybody's sucking off something. Your favorite Rasta man might be sucking somebody's ass nowadays. But if he did it back in my day when I was a kid, fire burn them. There's a whole decade of music in reggae and dancehall and rockers dedicated to fire burning Batman, Batgyal, Batilick. When they say cock up your body and ride, they didn't mean ride the asshole. They meant ride the pum pum. Right? But at the same time, back then, A woman could wear whatever she wanted to in the dance hall. Dance as nasty as she wanted to dance in the dance hall. And a man not touch her unless she choose it. And any man that just come up on a woman and just dub up behind her like some kind of fucking pervert creep did not get it by the women, you know. A man would stop them and say, what kind of thing you about you? Leave that woman alone, you know. Wait for the end of the night, yeah. You can't be too craving, so will you never get no pussy in your life? Yeah, it was that. And I was a Rasta. I'm a clean heart Rasta now. I practiced Islam hard. Fire burn all them things back then, you know. So did my mind change? In a way, yes, it did. But why? Because of certain examples in my family and in my friends that made me realize certain things. Let me give you some examples. When I was young, I seen transsexuals and I seen gay people, but I never understood them, you know? Why, when the whole world say that something is wrong, you continue to do it? That don't make sense. Even Most High God tell you that's wrong and you still do it. What happened to you? But then when I became 8 years old and I asked my father, why God hate black people so much? And my father said, you have to find out for yourself. I realized, you know, people make being black so evil, so wrong. Even to the point where they can point in the Bible and say, hey, God don't like you either. But I can't change my skin, nor do I want to. So when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I found out that one of my favorite cousins was gay. And they tried to keep it a secret, right? And when I got a little bit older, she had a steady girlfriend. Now mind you, this particular cousin, people called us twins even though we were 10 years apart. And they let the girlfriend come to the house, everything. And what was I gonna do? Be upset? I tried, but I couldn't be upset. Because the one thing I realized with my cousin and her girlfriend was that they love one another. I can't be mad at my cousin if she loved this woman. I can't. And 30 years later, they still together. Then I had another family member she's my age, right? She said, yo, cousin, I mean run for that team, you know. And this is when I was older. This is when I was about 23, 24. So I had my natty, everything, right? Big locks, gal. Big Rasta gal, me there. And she tell me, I like them gal, but I just go to church. You know what I said to her? I said, why the fuck you go to church for? Why you go to church where them people don't like you? Why you going? What you gonna do? Cut out pieces of the Bible that don't fucking like you? You gonna find that church where them there? It's either like all the Bible, you don't like none of the Bible, you know. And if Most High don't accept you, where you going there for? It wasn't like I didn't accept her. That's my fucking family. Of course I accept her. But I told her that shit. Four years later, I had to apologize to her. I met my first transgender person when I was 14 and they were 3, okay? And when he was 3, he was running around with us, women, girls, winding up his waist, trying to put on makeup, and you know, when you're West Indian and you act like that, fire burn that, you know. And when that boy turned 13, and the guy on each side of his family beat him up, and the Jamaican side of his family beat him up because they thought they could beat that shit out of him. They was like, oh, it's just a fad. And I looked at everybody in that family and said, this ain't no fucking fad, you know. He act like this from tree. Fad way. Fad fucking way. None of fad nothing. And y'all know I'm an ignorant ass bitch. So when I turn around 28 and I still had my natty, and then walk through the door, and I say, hey boy, what? And he said, my name is Sistrin now. I said, Sistrin? I mean, I know you has no Sistrin. I mean, no, you has Sistrin. Sus. I mean, I know you has sis. I mean, no, you has sus. I mean, I care what you deal with. But I knew that this little boy was born into this thing, you know. And I would tell anybody, I don't know if people are born gay. I don't know. I wasn't one of them people, you know. But I know one little boy that was born into that thing, you know. And that little boy who now call himself Sistrin, that's not the real name she go by. She have love for herself, and she love herself more as Sistrin than he did when he was sus, right? So when people try to weaponize somebody's real status or whatever the case, it's kind of disgusting, you know. So recently, you know, the king of ignorance try to call somebody a transgender or a transsexual. They have no clue if this is true or not. And even if it was true, they decided to use that as a weapon, thinking that people are gonna be like, oh, well, you hid the fact that you're transsexual, so we're not fucking with you no more. How ignorant can you fucking be? The only way I can have a problem with this person is if you tell me that this person was going around acting like there was one thing, fooling people, and maybe giving them some kind of sexually transmitted disease. Not being honest with them. See, that's what I have problems with. I have problems with those things. I have a problem with contents of character, not what you do to you or who you are with you. That shit is disgusting, you know? I don't call people the F word anymore. None of that shit. I have way too much respect for people, damn. So, if you ask me, hey Shri, do you agree with homosexuality and all them things? The real answer is doesn't matter. I'm not gay. I love men. Okay? I love it. I used to joke around with one of my homegirls that was bisexual, and now she not no more. You see how fluid people are? They go from one to the other, back to the other. Come on, I had my ignorant views on all that shit. And people used to educate me on how they feel and how they do. So I used to joke around with my bisexual homegirl. She'd be like, yo, one day you're gonna try women. And I said, well, maybe when I'm 45 and bored and single, I'll try some women. Thank the Lord I'm 45, not bored, not single, and still loving my ding-a-ling, right? And now she's in her 30s with a child and loving ding-a-ling too. So back to the get to, you know, people ask me, how you feel about these things? How you feel about that thing? I know how I feel about it for me, but it don't matter to that next person. You know what I'm saying? Because what is for me don't always gotta be for somebody else. And if love is always involved, what the fuck do I care? Because I meditated on it one day and I said, yo, does Most High agree with homosexuality? Maybe not. He sure did not design for two men to procreate, and he did not design for two women to procreate. But there's one thing that the Most High did create that nobody, not even Most High, can control. And that's love. So you think the Most High gonna be upset when two people love one another? And it's a real love? And it's an honest love? A love that's gonna last lifetimes, centuries, spiritual awakenings, whatever the fuck them there? Come on. You can't be that ignorant. Hold on, y'all, I'm getting off the bus. That type of ignorance don't work, my youth. The Most High is never that ignorant or that short-sighted, right? Because at the end of the day, love trumps all. And ain't nobody hurting me, right? So if two consenting adults want to have sex however they got to have sex, go for it. If the intention behind it is forceful or evil, karma will deal with you. It's not my job to worry about everything. If somebody is truly gay, I'm not going to use that against them. Oh, you gay, you like men. So what? That's not a good roasting. All right? That's just weaponizing. There's a difference. There's a difference between acting gay and being gay, as far as I'm concerned, as a heterosexual woman. And then it's like, how does a woman act gay, right? Because I'm a tomboy. It's so varied. So, I mean, I don't know. All I'm going to say is be balanced when it comes to this shit. Okay? And don't lie on people about certain things if that's not what the fuck they do. Like, what if King Ignorance was telling the truth about this person and this person wanted to keep it a secret? So you basically doxed them. Even though it's not true. Right? When there was a channel holder being called gay and they had pictures and all this other shit, I turned off. Because them being gay don't affect me. Unless it was a certain pattern, which has to do with the content of your character. I'm talking about individually. And that's how you gotta approach these things. hey Shri, you support LGBTQ. Hey you, I support human fucking beings. Give a fuck. Come on. I support love. I support righteousness. So stop that fucking shit. If y'all gonna have rules to roasting, and one of them rules is you don't involve people's kids, another rule should be you don't involve their sexual orientation on face value. All right? If I call you gay, it's on the content of your character. And if you are gay, I won't use that no more. Right? And if you a ignorant ass man that supposedly gets poom poom, but you still acting like that poom poom ain't good enough, don't be mad if I suggest that you try dingling. That should not be offensive to anyone of the LGBTQ community, because they might agree. Yeah, that motherfucker needs some good ding-a-ling in his life. Right? Yo, check that shit, man. Check that motherfucking shit. At the door. And don't get me wrong, there's some good ass jokes out there. Some good ass roasting. But I understand when it's roasting and when it goes beyond, when it goes too far. And that shit ain't cool. And if somebody like me can have their heart change, right? It can happen with anybody. All the Bible thumpers out there, gayness is wrong, so love is wrong. Hate is definitely wrong, right? You can hate the act all day, but you're gonna hate them people? If God don't like it, let God handle it. Okay? That's where I'm going with this. There's just certain things, even with regular shit, if God don't like it, he gonna send karma for it. Okay? And when karma gets you, karma just gonna get you. Just choose what karma gets you for. Be mindful of what karma is gonna get you for. Okay? Yeah, that's it for me, because it's too freaking cold out here. One love, y'all. One love. And I don't think love includes ignorance, okay? I don't think ignorance is part of the love jar. That don't make a good love soup. So, let's use discernment for that. All right? Peace, y'all.